Man, Rooster, it's got to be 5 o'clock somewhere.
Arr, arr, arr.
Hey, everybody, welcome back to
That show.
I'm Bishop,
I'm Rooster.
and today we're doing some wild tales. So we've been talking about some crazy experiences in our life with wildlife and animals and things that we've encountered. So
We decided this might be a good topic to talk about. Some of these fucking crazy stories we got with animals.
So me personally, one of my most memorable experiences was years ago when I was camping.
Is this the one I told you not to tell me so that I could hear it here?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm camping with some friends, and we end up finding a spot, and we camp up, and I'm in my tent by myself. And at some point in the middle of the night, I feel something, at my feet, and I'm like, that's weird.
In the tent or like under the tent?
In the tent, like I felt something like touch me, and so I kind of wake up and all right, well, what is that? And I just lay there. I don't really look around. I'm just listening, half awake, and don't hear anything. So I'm like, okay, well, maybe it was just a dream. Start to go back to sleep. Feel something run across my legs.
So you're in a sleeping bag, right?
Yeah, I'm in a sleeping bag.
Okay, so it's over the top of your sleeping bag at least. Jesus.
So I reach over and I grab. I've got one of the big mag lights, right? The big, the big old beaters.
Yeah.
And I turn it on. I'm looking down and I turn it on like this, and there's a raccoon right there, and it screams to all hell.
Oh my god.
Ah! And I scream, ah! And I hit it, and it tries to run out of the tent, but it doesn't hit didn't go through the opening, and it bounced off and came back at me, and I hit it again. And again, I must have hit this thing 3 or 4 times before finally it found the hole, it came in, and it took off. You want to talk about a heart attack in the middle of the night.
Oh my god.
And so there's a reason that when you've got a tent, you're supposed to put the zippers up towards the top. Don't put them at the bottom. You put them up at the top.
So you had closed it and he had like scratched it open somehow?
Well, raccoons can use their hands, so it literally opened the tent because the zipper ends were at the bottom. It literally opened it and crawled through a hole. Right, I must have had something in my backpack or something.
That drew it in.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
I was beating a raccoon with a mag light.
To go from dead sleep to fucking raccoon frenzy? Holy shit, I would have shit my pants. Jesus Christ. I imagine turning on the light and just seeing its fucking bright ass reflective eyes.
But as soon as it hit it,
right
it wasn't, you've seen raccoons in the wild and you shine light at them and they just look at you.
Right? And that's what I thought, yeah.
No, this one screamed. It was, it was like, ah! It hit the damn thing.
Did the people around you?
Oh, yeah. My friends were like, what the hell's going on? And then one of my friends was coming out of their tent as this raccoon was shooting off, right? Out of the tent. And I'm still screaming.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it was wild.
That would have given me a fucking heart attack.
It was wild.
Oh my god.
It was wild. It was wild.
That's fucking crazy. See, mine was way, way more subtle. Not quite the just immediately shock. But, me and my brother went out camping with Brendan, who you know, and he was with a bunch of his college friends and shit, so it was just me and Cole out there, but they were all getting drunk as hell, being so obnoxious. Eventually, like halfway through the night, we were so mad, we were like, fuck it, we're gonna fucking march back to our car. And we're in the middle of the fucking woods, and it's the middle of the fucking night. So we're like, but we are so mad, we're like, fuck it, we're gonna fucking march through the woods. So we smoked a little weed, got a little high, and then started this trek through the woods with our fucking backpacks. And, I was on the younger side, I was probably 14 or 15. And so I'm going nice and slow, just fucking slow, keeping my pace. Cole's way out in front of me. I'm just trying to keep caught up with him. And I can't see shit. I remember literally seeing everything as if it was like, it was a drawing on paper
right,
with no color. It was just, everything was white with black outlines. So I can't see shit. I'm walking around the forest, fucking seeing my brother, trying to keep up with him. And sitting in the bushes over to the left-hand side of me, I see a little dog. And I'm like, oh.
Oh, no.
A little dog.
No.
So I start walking up to it. And I'm like, come here, doggy. Come here. Come here, little puppy. And I hold up my hand, and he just slowly, one step at a time, creeps forward to me. And I can barely see him, but I can see it's a dog. I can just see its outline. And it comes up all the way up next to me. I'm holding my hand out. I start to pet its nose. I can feel its wet, cold-ass nose on my fingertips as I'm petting it. And Cole turns around and says, "Dane, that's a fucking coyote!" I was like, oh shit. I took a step back, and he kind of took a step back, and we just sat there and looked at each other for about 10 seconds. And then I broke eye contact and looked around, and there were probably another 6 or 8 all standing around me in a fucking circle. I was like, oh shit.
Oh no. Oh no.
But it's so crazy how animals can like read your energy and like, and like, so I was not afraid at all because in my mind I was convinced it was a dog.
Right.
So I was not afraid at all. Even when I realized it was a coyote, I didn't panic at all. I stayed totally calm. I don't know how or why, and so I just looked at it, and it proceeded to walk around me about 2 or 3 times, and I just watched it, and then it broke off into the trees, and then the whole circle walked around me about once or 2 times, and then they all just broke and followed the guy who I was petting, the leader, right back into the fucking wilderness. And I fucking went and chased up Cole. Cole didn't stop walking. He kept fucking going.
Could you imagine if something would have happened? Him explaining, oh yeah, I saw him getting eaten. I just decided not to help.
I just decided to keep walking. No, I talked to him later about it. And he said he didn't realize that there was more than one. He just saw the one that I was like petting.
Really?
And he didn't realize that there were any more out there. So he was like just expecting me to keep walking and keep moving and ignore it. I was like, no, I remember looking around and seeing like fucking 8 of them all around me, probably 20 feet out from me, just completely surrounding me, and then just marched off. I was like, okay, I'm good.
And this is why you don't smoke weed in the woods.
Right.
Because you end up doing shit you could possibly regret.
Right.
You almost turned into a really bad B horror movie.
Dude. Just to think about, like, I could have, I don't really know a lot about coyotes, because, I heard they don't like to fuck with people.
If they're hungry.
Yeah.
If they're hungry, especially if you're in the mountains, those are a different type of dog than what you see out in the plains.
Yeah.
And a lot of people
we were
actually,
down in Pueblo.
They actually mistake them for wolves, because the mountain coyotes get really big.
Really?
Get really big.
Huh.
But they have to, because it's the environment.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but just to think that I literally could have been ripped into fucking pieces,
right,
and had the most horrifying, gruesome death. Oh my god, just thinking back on that always, I'm like, I could have just been fucking mauled by a pack of coyotes.
Yeah.
Just because I wanted to fucking march out of the wilderness fucking high as shit.
Well, I told you the story here where I went hunting one year. And I went out by myself, and it pretty close to where we are, but and I've hunted by myself for years.
Yeah.
And but the strangest thing is about halfway through the day I realized, I'm out tracking some deer, but I realized I hadn't heard a single bird, I hadn't heard a single chipmunk, squirrel, nothing, rabbit. I hadn't seen anything.
Does that mean something?
Oh, it does mean something. And for whatever reason, in my mind, I just thought, I'm the one that's pushing the animals off.
Yeah.
Right. It didn't roll back on me that there might be a predator in the area.
Oh, jeez.
Outside of me.
Oh, jeez.
So as I'm walking out of the woods that day, I'm only in the woods another couple hours, And I had started making my way back out to the clearing to leave, right?
Did you catch anything?
No, I didn't take any game that day, but as I'm walking out, and I remember I broke the tree line, and I'm out in an open field, and I'm walking back across, because it's public land I'm hunting on, and I remember thinking to myself, I need to take my ammunition out of my rifle, right? I need to...
Before you got back to the truck?
I need to unload.
Why is that like standard or?
Well, I mean, I'm not in the woods hunting anymore, and I'm in the open. I'm not.
Oh, okay. You know, you felt safe, and you were pretty close to the car. Yeah, you're a pretty experienced hunter, I guess. So it's not like you had anything to worry about.
I stopped for a second, and I remember opening the release on the bottom of my rifle and catching my rounds, and I remember turning and looking back where I came out of, and guess what's sitting right on the edge of the tree line?
My two thoughts are a bear or a cougar.
It was a mountain lion.
Wow.
Sitting right where I came out of the woods. It was sitting there on its butt, but upright, watching me.
So it was probably stalking you all the way out.
The entire day.
Wow.
The entire day. I guarantee that cat was on me the entire day.
Oh, God.
That's why I didn't hear a bird.
Yeah.
I didn't see a squirrel or a chipmunk or a deer or anything. Because they're like, hey, that guy can be lunch. We don't have to be lunch
Get
today.
the fuck out of here.
He's by himself. He doesn't even have friends with him.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah, just ruined your day of hunting right there. Fucking didn't see a goddamn thing.
And there was no weed involved in that. That was just me being a goddamn idiot. Not going through the process of my mind, right? And I've been in country where there's wolves, big bears, right? I mean, we're talking about top tier predators, right? But it never occurred to me.
Yeah.
It never occurred to me to think, there might be a cat someplace close. There might be something following me. Because where we live, it happens. It happens pretty. I mean, it's not something that happens a lot, but it does happen that there's cougar attacks here.
Yeah.
And, people don't think about that type of stuff. They don't think about realizing their environment and respecting the environment they're in.
That's what I was going to say. With how, perceptive you are, it kind of surprised me that you didn't not just see the cues of, there's no animals around, but, realize that something's been on your fucking tail all day. That's crazy.
And I've never hunted a cat. I don't... To me, it's not something I'm interested in.
Yeah. Are there actual regions where you can or are supposed to?
You can, absolutely can. But it is just one of those things where, I know they're there. I've come across sign. I've seen them in the wild. I'm no stranger. I've heard their kids calling to their mothers, right? And that really makes your hair stand up.
Yeah.
Because you know that you're if you can hear that, you're too close.
Yeah.
Okay?
Your mother will fuck you.
Yeah, and mama ain't having that. So, yeah, it was just one of those things, it was a life lesson, and I learned my lesson, right? And it's one of those things that's a permanent staple in what I do when I go out in the outdoors now, is that if things go quiet, I'm stopping. I'm watching everything, because there's something there that shouldn't be there.
Jesus. Fuck. Well, that's another scenario. Could have gotten fucking mauled by a fucking cougar.
Well, I mean,
would you have been able to get it? Did you have a sidearm?
Oh, I had a sidearm and I have my rifle. But the point is, if a cat like that jumps on you, you're not going to know until it's too late.
They're so quiet. Yeah. They just fucking sneak right up on you.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Right? So, it's like people that go swimming in the ocean and get bit by a shark. You look like a damn seal floating there. Like, you're supposed to be surprised. You're a land animal in the ocean.
Right.
You don't have gills.
Right.
You're not supposed to be there. That's not your environment.
Right. Didn't you see a shark one time, swimming somewhere?
Mm-hmm. Oh, I've seen multiple sharks. But
that's fucking sketchy. You can't outrun a fucking... You can't outswim.
Unless you're Richard Pryor. And you run across the water like the toy. Like in the movie The Toy. We could talk about those at another time, but you know, when you and I started talking about crazy animal experiences, I was like, yeah.
I got 'em.
Yeah, I think a lot of people do. I mean, let us know what your craziest experience is in the comments. You know, and as always, like, share, and subscribe to this. Hit that notification bell if you wanna hear some more comedy like this. But everybody's got them. Whether it's some chihuahua that damn near took your dick off, or you know you came around the corner and a black bear smacked you like a bitch, right?
Jesus.
There's people out there have the craziest experiences with wildlife.
For real.
You know, snakes. Oh God.
Yeah, snakes are fucking. I don't know. I've never been too afraid of snakes.
I'm not afraid of snakes. I'm afraid of the poisonous snakes.
Yeah. I used to run around and catch fucking snakes by their head.
Oh, yeah.
Like, just fucking grab them and be like, oh, look how cool I am. And fucking my parents would be like, put that down. What are you doing?
I grew up in an area where we had copperheads everywhere. And not the most dangerous poisonous snake out there, but that's something you want to go pet.
Oh, yeah, no.
It's not something
People who have them as pets,
yeah,
that shit blows my mind. It's like, you know, it's like, and I just don't understand that connection. Maybe the snake is smart enough to realize, like, you're its caretaker, but...
No.
No, that's like we were talking about fucking people who have rats as pets.
Right.
Let them crawl all over them and shit all over their fucking head and... fucking disgusting.
It's nasty. It is so nasty.
All right, folks. But that's everything we got for today, so unless the next round's on you, we gotta go.
Cheers.
That does it for today's video, guys. Thanks for watching. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe to, you know, that show.